are some of us who know a lot about college football. And then there are some of us, well, some who know so much we call them legends. They are the 17 retired coaches who make up the Legends Poll, unveiled every Monday here on Campus Insiders. One of those coaches, he's a legend himself, Terry Donahue, former UCLA head coach. And he's joining us right now. Coach, the Legends and the BCS agree on the top 5 teams, flip-flopping Oregon and Kansas State. You see a lot of the Pac-12 games. Convince America why the Ducks deserve to be number 1.
Well, I think one thing is that in all the years that I've observed college football, and it's been a long time, I've never seen personally an offensive team that was so hard to stop or slow down even than the Oregon Ducks. They have an unusual ability to move the ball on their opponents. They have a striking speed that no team I've ever seen play has in terms of how they can put so many points on you so quickly. Their strike capability is uncanny. And I just think that when you have a normal week to prepare for a game, just 1 week, I think they're the best team in the country.
Wow, that's a lot. That's really big of you to say that, especially against the offenses that you faced in your past. I mean, Nebraska offenses and USC's and what have you. So you honestly believe that the Ducks are probably the best offense you've ever seen?
Yeah, I think it's the best college offensive football team that I've ever seen in terms of scoring points. Not necessarily in terms of every single player and all that, but in terms of dimensionality, in terms of stressing the defense, and in terms of being able to accumulate a bunch of points against the defense. I think it's the best offensive football team I've ever seen.
Coach, I know everyone in Southern California is talking about the upcoming game. I have to ask you about this upcoming weekend. Trojans, Bruins at the Rose Bowl. Get the pot stirring. Are the Bruins back to being the premier program in Southern California?
Well, I don't know if they're back to being the premier program in Southern California, but I will say that for sure we're back to being a competitive program in Southern California. You know, we've had a 13-year hiatus. UCLA has not kept up their end of the bargain in this rivalry. USC has, UCLA hasn't. And we finally now, with a young quarterback and the program that Jim Moore has instituted and the, I think, change of culture in terms of the things that he's trying to do with the program, we're a competitive football team. I don't say we're a great football team, but we've won 8 games. You know, we are competitive. We have a quarterback in Huntley that can make plays and can get you off the hook. Jonathan Franklin is certainly the best running back in town. And I think that as I look at our football team and look at Southern Cal's football team, I think there's 2 very evenly matched teams. I really believe it's going to be a heck of a game.
All right, who wins, USC or UCLA?
I think UCLA wins this year because they're a little more explosive and a little more balanced offensively, in my judgment, than USC. I look at this USC team and couple things jump out at me. One is that in all the years that I was involved in the UCLA SC game, and I was in 28 of them as a player, an assistant coach, or head coach, I would say that this might be the weakest USC offensive line that I've seen in all those years. Normally USC's line is dominant. They're physical. They're capable of knocking you around. And I think this is a young, developing offensive line at USC, and I don't think it's up to their standards. That's number one. Now, number 2, I'd say, is that USC just doesn't have a dominant running back. And in all the years that we competed against them, they always had a dominant back. If it wasn't Charles White, it was, Marcus Allen. If it wasn't Marcus Allen, it was Ricky Bell. You know, or it was Anthony Davis. So this went on and on and on. And this Southern Cal team just doesn't have a dominant back. So I think those are 2 things that make the UCLA opportunity to win this game better than it's been in the past.
Well, it's going to be a fun game to watch. Coach Terry Donahue, thank you so much for joining us. And remember, if you want to see the entire Legends Top 25, the video is on our site right now. Coach, thanks a lot.